Greetings. Today I decided to pull a card about energy. And the reason why, today is Sunday, May 25th. So those 25s, those 7s are spinning within me. And I decided to pull some type of energetic card because upon my awakening, when I grabbed my phone, I was seeing and receiving messages of people who were in grief or in a state of loss, very emotional. Um, Even some of the posts that I scrolled through were speaking of the same thing. And I even went through my own personal grief and loss. Feels like something's crawling on my face. um, Recently with the loss of my girlfriend's mom, and then also somebody thought they lost. My mom was lost or something. I don't know. It's just a lot of energy, excuse me, surrounding grief and loss right now. And it's probably because that Scorpio moon made us dig really deep and pull up things that we needed to let go, right? So the theme of loss was just so prevalent. So what I decided to do was today pull a card, Oracle for the Seven Energies, just to kind of get some guidance and clarity on these feelings of lack, these feelings of loss and grief, how we can transmute the energy. Because my biggest advice to anyone, and even myself, was to not sit in it for a long period of time, but to find a way to transmute the energy. Because of course, we all know energy cannot be created or destroyed. So you gotta transmute it, right? And positive ways of doing that, of course, is always going out in nature and grounding, but also finding a way to honor those who have stepped across that threshold between life and death, right? So one way I honor is by lighting a candle. And as you can see, I've been lighting this candle because it's gone. To honor my ancestors. Also, to burn, this is not ancestor money. This is real, but I put it on my shrine. I call it Sika, right? And Sika, that's a Khan tradition, the way they say money, to bring more money to me. So my ancestors will look out for me. So this is my little shrine here for my ancestors. But this is ancestor money. You can buy it off the internet. Someone gifted this to me. So it's not real. You see the $1,000. And just the Asian. So they have all types of ancestor money. We need to make some black ancestor money, okay? Because we putting it to these ancestors. We need to put it to our own. But, there's many ways to honor them. I also have a race car on my shrine for my dad because he loves sporty cars, race cars, and he passed away. So when I call on him, it's usually through a car. And then I have an uncle who loved trees, his brother, who loved trees. So, of course, I love trees, too. I was a tree, as he was. So, I put bark on my shrine and just other little things to honor them, to find. Because once you start honoring what you lost or what you're grieving, it transmutes the energy into something else. And you start getting excited about gathering the items that you have to gather for the ritual of honoring who you lost or who you're grieving for. It does not happen overnight. It is a slow process because you spent time with this person in your life, right? Or these things in your life for a period of time. So, you can play your singing bowls, some good music. Play the music they love to hear. That's another way. Play the music that they love to hear, right? So I'm going to shuffle and ask Spirit to just give us some guidance and clarity about this grief. Oh, my goodness. Now, this got to be one of my favorite cards. I don't know if I've ever pulled this card, but I love the art of it. Number 49, willing release. Have a willing to let go of grief. Have a willing to let go of what no longer serves you. Right? Let's read it. Look at that. Oh, I love that so much. All right, let's see. Card 49. Willing release. Trying to pick the finger that doesn't look bad when holding the card, because my nails are horrible. Okay. There we go. Can you see that? All right. Willing release. Yielding to a divine plan. Releasing attachment to form, especially if something isn't what you expected or wanted. Leaving room for serendipity. So you don't have to always plan shit, right? Sometimes just let moments come to you. Be fluid, as they say, right? Some days you have to let go of your struggle to find an answer and focus on other things for a while. This doesn't mean giving up altogether or losing anything. Remember that in our co-creative partnership with the divine, give and take is necessary. That's a spiritual law. You do your part by setting your intentions and taking any necessary actions, but you must then surrender the form, the timing, and the how to your higher power. I wanted a job really, really bad, right? I did the work. I submitted my resumes, right? I followed up with unemployment, did all the things I was supposed to do. But I had to let go and allow the energy to put things in place for me, right? So I had to stop worrying about when it was going to happen, how was it going to happen, trying to create it, and just allow. Because sometimes the universe, it's working. It really is working in your favor, in your highest favor, right? There is a divine plan for each of us. When acting on this faith, you may find that your intense desire for something translates into a feeling of attachment or entitlement, or non-attachment and non-entitlement, right? Right now, can you immerse yourself in this experience and allow the divine plan to unfold as it will on your behalf without you interfering with it? That's the hardest thing, because we've been told how powerful we are and how we create our own realities and manifest things in our lives. But sometimes you got to sit still and quiet and allow the universe to do its thing. Can you be open to receiving what is yours, even if it is not packaged in the form you thought you wanted it to come in? I always say, I prefer dating a man who's a little taller than me, right? I don't want to date, but I always meet these guys who are like just my height. You know what I'm saying? Or a little shorter than me. And I'm 5'4". So 5'5", somewhere between 5'5" and 5'4". So the last thing I want is to look down on my mate. Or, you know what I'm saying? I've always felt like I just want somebody. That's my preference. Has nothing to do with society. It's just my preference and how I feel. Right? Well, suppose you meet somebody and they're not tall. Taller than you. They might be a little shorter than you, but they treat you splendidly well. They love on you. They protect you. They nurture you. I mean, does it have to come in that package that you wanted? Right? So these are some of the things we look at in life. And we might pass up things because of how we wanted to manipulate it. Right? Perhaps if you look deeper, you will see that you received the perfect vibrational match to your authentic wants and needs. You have put in the work, defined your desires, and felt them deeply, and engaged your higher power. Now, you must let go and see what transpires. This is not always easy. Impatience erodes the foundations of your trust in the divine. Impatience erodes the foundations of your trust in the divine. Surrendering truly will serve your highest good. Knowing this truth in your heart, can that really be so difficult? I'll answer the question. Yes, it still can be difficult, whether you know it in your heart or not. It takes time, because we're on this planet, this dense energy planet, right? And we created this thing called time. So nothing instantly manifests anymore, unless you've learned true alchemy. That's what I've been dabbling in. Because I'm like, no, I need this to manifest quicker. So be willing to release the how, the when, the why. and allow the spirit of the universe, the energy of the universe, to work with you in whatever it is that you need. On speaking on issues of grief and loss, I don't see anything wrong with sitting in your sadness for a little while, but I wouldn't stay there. I would transmute it into something that will serve your highest good, right? That will serve you in a way that will uplift you, right? So and help you find ways of honoring those that you may have lost, things that you may have lost, and learn how to cope, right? Cope and then heal from it. It's not saying you won't ever get sad again. It's not saying any of that, but you'll have a better grip and control over how you manipulate that energy. So anyway, I just wanted to step in real quick, keep my algorithm up, and wishing you all the most pleasant rest of your Memorial Day weekend. Wow. Smack in the face. Memorial Day, a time where we honor and remember those that we lost, right? Some may be more in grief than others. So I hope that this message helps you when you're ready to come out of your sadness and your grief. I'm not saying you can't sit in it. Do you? But you don't want to feel bad forever. So at some point you're going to come out of that. And when you do, hopefully you can hear this video and I can help you. That's it. Take time to do what makes your soul happy per usual. Thank you for giving me this 12 minutes of your time today. I really appreciate it. A lot of energy is in the atmosphere. My suggestion is that you shield up. Shielding up means calling in visualizing that ball of light surrounding you. I don't care how you make it, a cage or a ball, sit in that protective light and that energy so that the onslaught of emotional things that are happening in our atmosphere won't affect you too much, right? Take care of yourself in a healthy manner, your earth body. This is the time the Farmer's Almanac says that we can plant things outside now because it's been so cold here. So go for it. Be happy, be light, be love. Namaste. Celia. Live in person today. Have a good day, everybody. Peace. Mwah.